Alright, and welcome back to yet another Zombie Survivors. Today we are going to be doing the fourth installment of this little mini-series, just to kind of check out all the levels. I have spent some time off camera, and we have done a little bit of upgrading. We've unlocked the mechanic, we put some points into Pyro and the medic. I know yesterday we were going to check out some synergies, but that didn't really pan out because nothing was really unlocked at that point. So today we're going to go ahead and do that. I feel like that would be a good finisher to this little series. As always, I'm going to go ahead and go with the tank. He's been getting us through most of this, and we will be in the dead terminal. As you can see on my screen here, I have 2 victories out of 8 runs, so the difficulty has ramped up quite a bit. It's not for the faint of heart. So we'll go ahead and go default. We will finish, we'll do difficulty 1, and we'll go ahead and start the game. Alright, so the fun thing about this level is you are going to have these like cross sections here, and there's going to be trains coming. You will see a little warning for them. However, you just do not want to get in their way. Alright, we're already taking some damage. As you can tell, this has wrapped up. It has ramped up substantially. Alright, I know I typically do the shotgun, but I'm going to go ahead and do the saw blades just to kind of knock out some of these little guys a little bit quicker. Then we'll go ahead and put a point into shotgun. I think what we're going to do is we're going to look at maybe an explosive build, and what we'll do is we'll just kind of pick everything that we can that has to deal with some form or another of explosion. And let's go ahead and head over here. We'll get this military training. Again, it takes about 4 military trainings to get us that extra little buff that we're looking for. Alright, as you see off there, there's that train going by. Want to be sure to be careful of that. So I know the saw blades, they do bleeding damage, so thus being said, we're probably going to be looking at having a bit of bleeding, kinetic, and explosion in this run. Alright, we'll try and fast track our weapons, and we will get to something a little more beefy. These guys tend to explode, so you want to watch out for them. Alright, our little saw blades are putting in some work. Little subway workers throwing bricks at us, at least that's what I assume they are. That's what it looks like to me. Got us a little military training, continuing to work our way through these hordes. Alright. And the nice thing about the train is if you are missing it, which is good, then it is doing damage on other enemies. So you can get a zombie caught up in them and really knock them around, especially with the bigger bosses. I played yesterday on the endurance mode, and I got about an hour into that particular run, and it got real brutal towards the end. These guys create a shield, so you can't get past these rocks. Alright, let's see. Go ahead and go with the helicopter again, or the shotgun. Then we will go with the helicopter here in a bit. Any extra damage throughout here is going to be good. Let's try and get our first power up over there. Alright, so the pump action is done. What we're going to be doing is looking for either the minigun or anything other than a shotgun. Let's go with the power gloves. We'll get that plus 40% damage buff. So a reason why I had so many losses in this, oh, here we go, see? Rocket launcher. I had so many losses in this run, these past few ones, it's because I was trying to work my lower level characters up. However, this is not a good place for, like, level 1 characters. I do like the bombing strike. And so you haven't seen it yet, but you'll probably see a few new moves, a few new unlocks that I've already done pop up in our menu. So we'll get to showcase off a few other things. Alright, let's see. Let's go ahead and finish off our bombing strike. See, it's like pretty much at this point it's nothing but being pretty much overran by the elites over there. Alright, so let's go ahead and throw in the automatic turret. Now this one's fun because it tends to just kind of shoot at the closest target, which you can leave it be. It'll still do its thing. Alright, here's what we do. A little magnet here. Alright, we'll put in some... We'll do the Fury Unleash. I don't want to do the bioweapon. It is really good. I like how it does a spread attack, but we'll go ahead and get the helicopter. So we do have the option for some electricity as well, but those are our kind of two upgrades to it for the evolution. I'm just gonna kind of pass by them right now and put points into other things. Alright, hopefully we get our third character here soon. We're gonna head over, get some of this health. Now earlier I thought that getting the glass of milk, kind of getting as much health as you possibly can and changing it out would be beneficial. However, it is not beneficial because it just takes away all the health that you currently had. So you just really much wasted a lot of time putting some time into that one when another slot could have been used. And so it seems like that for most skills, if you're not utilizing something, it will take it away. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and go with the 9-inch nails. We'll do 4 more to kinetic since we're doing kinetic damage as well. We'll try and stay in the path of the helicopter here. Let him put it in work, and we'll go down and get our third survivor. Alright, we're going to go ahead and go with the SMG. A little faster fire rate's good. Alright, so the mechanic. Again, mechanic, I haven't put much points. He's level 27. Same with Pyro, he's level 49. I do like him. I initially didn't really like him, but later on down the line, I tend to kind of change my thought process on that. Let's go ahead and re-roll. What I want to do is find something with electric, or sorry, with explosion. Now she does synergize with 2 of our characters, so I will go with the medic because she does offer up some healing as well, so that's good. Watch out for that big guy. We'll get some health regen from her. Okay, we're gonna just kind of, oh no. So kind of block me off there. And then if I go in there, it's not gonna be pretty. It won't kill you right away, but it will do a heap of damage. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and go with the medical drone here because it does, as you progressively put points into it, the health regen will go up. So I do like that aspect. Plus it does do some damage as well. It will start shooting at some of the closer by enemies. Alright, Took a bit of damage there. It's okay. I'm trying to just get out of everyone's way. Alright, so experiment 21. That does offer us up some ice, bio, and some explosion. So I think I'm going to go ahead and go with that. Now, I think later on you're able to take away the other aspects of it and maybe just make it explosion. So that would be good. Alright, let's go ahead and go to the medical drone. We're up to 4 health per second. So that's going to give us a good... Sorry, and so that's going to give us a good amount of health as we kind of move up. I'm going to go ahead and go with the 6 health regen as well. So at this point, hopefully we're not going to have to worry about health too much. We'll throw another one into the rocket launcher. And we'll head over here to this cache. Looks like I got a guy right in front of me just about to give me a good bash to the head. Alright, let's see. We have a 10% chance to restore our health, equal to 10% of the damage done. Alright, so let's go ahead, we'll go with that, a little extra healing. And hopefully at this point, we're going to be, we'll be okay on health. We'll go with Saw Blade. And we'll just continue to make our way around. Collect up this health, or this experience. Sorry, I got health on the mind. This place has put me in a few traumatic situations since I unlocked it. Always looking for that last bit of health. A few missiles coming down. Or bombs. Let's see. Watch out for them. All of them. And let's go ahead and give a little more helicopter strike damage. So if you look at our health, it's ticking up pretty quick at this point, so that's good. So we're able to take a hit every now and again. Get the magnet, and we'll go ahead and put a point into the handgun and a little more automatic turret. Yeah, if you run around the train tracks there, you'll see that there is like just experience littered around. We'll go over to this SOS and we'll get this free upgrade. And we'll go ahead and finish off the Saw Blades. Now again, they're primarily going to be doing bleed damage, but at this point, it's okay. Damage is damage. Took a hit. We'll stay in the path here of the helicopter, letting it clear these guys out in front of us. As we move our way over to this other cache. Alright, let's see. For every 2 points of movement speed, over 100 increases our chemical damage. Let's see, Omni Geo, +1 to every type of damage. If the damage type tagged with 0 is given 3 instead. Okay. We get bonuses from, okay, so we'll get the bonuses from the other geodes. Let's go ahead and look up, that's a corner there, and everything got a point, and the ones that didn't got the extra points. big guys are pretty creepy. But we're taking them out pretty quick, so that's good. Not sure what kind of zombies these are with the chainsaws, but they're zombies all the same. I guess. I don't know. Maybe more of a biomechanical invention of sorts. So in the last video, I still have not figured out what I was taking damage from, whether it was something on the environment. I didn't really go back and look too much, but let's go ahead and go with the ability damage. And we have more. I'm going to go ahead and go with the tank, and I'll show you why. Once we hit this level up. And it didn't give me what I wanted, but that's okay. I'll put another point into explosion, and we'll get the mines. Maybe we'll get it on the next go around. Alright, we're at 14. Yeah, we're going up about 10 seconds, 10 points every second, so that's good. Alright, so here we go. So we got the drone enhanced enchantment here. So that's going to do bleed, fire, and ice damage. Now, I don't really want that one. There is one that I do want to see. Let's go ahead and get the SMG. And as soon as we get that, I will let you know why, and I'll show you. Helicopter putting in work. Big guy just running with the helicopter right in the fire. Alright, here we go. Let's see. Alright, so here's the upgrade to the turret. So demolition. We now spawn 2 turrets which fire explosive bullets. So again, more explosion damage. So what we're trying to do is work mainly towards that explosive, and we're going to have explosive and kinetic, along with a few other things. We'll finish off the rocket launcher. Now I think we're still going to get the opportunity to maybe get the super shotgun. I'm not really interested in that so much. Ooh. Ooh. Almost didn't make it. I'm telling you, I promise you, there is something in the works here. I will show you as soon as I figure it out. Or as soon as it comes around. Yes, I could re-roll. However, I just might save it for something else. There might be something down the road that I might want. So this will be shared equally. That's not what I really want on that one. Slingshot, crowbar, and rock and roll. Let's go ahead and go with something else. And let's use our last reroll. Alright, so let's go ahead and go for the... Let's go for the sapphire since we have that one geode. Apparently it's going to buff, give it a little more enhancement, so that'll be good. Alright, there should be tons of experience laying around, so we should level up hopefully a couple times. Alright, we'll go with the... Still don't want this one. So resuscitate, it gives you it'll revive your squad, and then there's a 120-second cooldown on that one. So if you're playing for longer ones, it's really good to have. Stim pack definitely increases the team's cooldown, attack speed, and movement speed. So we're gonna go ahead and go with the drone still. The train take care of the big guy. We're still at full health. Let's go get this military training over here. And I think we're pretty much killing these guys pretty quick, so. Those exploding guys always tend to get me. Still don't see what I want, so we'll upgrade the SMG and we'll go to his next tier of weapons. I want to say he's maybe got a grenade launcher as well, so if we go with that, be doing tons of explosive damage. Now the Huntress later on, she gets explosive arrow tips, so that's fun to play with as well. Because that kind of stacks with her multi-shot. Not worried about taking that damage. Let's see. Let's go ahead and go with the grenade. Yeah. Let's go with the assault rifle. Stay in our helicopter's fire here. Big old jewel. And we'll get that extra point for the military training right here. Alright, let's see. We have ability critical damage, dodge chance, movement speed, and armor. I'm going to go ahead and go with armor. That way we're not squishy at all, and we can take a hit. Take care of him, and we'll go over to this cache. Ah, here it is. Okay, saw blade drones, the cogwheels. So instead of having like the 5 we have now, we will have about 12. So they're just going to town. I just like the way that looks. It definitely carves through everybody real quick. Figures out some of that easier guys. That way we can focus on the bigger guys. Alright, let's see. We have a mousetrap, we have a flashlight, camping set, and duct tape. We'll go ahead and go with the duct tape. It's going to increase our critical chance. Just melting these guys. And we're going to go with the survivor. If it pops up again, I'm going to go ahead and select the biohazard bombs, just to show you what they look like. They're pretty cool. So one of the synergies going on here is that the medic will synergize with the tank, and he'll add a little more bit of health regen whenever his buff procs. So hopefully we'll see that here in a bit. Alright, we're at 14 minutes. Again, these runs are about 20 on this on the first difficulty, but the first setting. Alright, let's see. Grenade trail. So I want to say we're about 15 for explosion, 34 in kinetic. So we've got quite a bit going on. What we need is a little magnet to kind of pick up all this loose stuff. Now I like to play a certain way. However, in this case, I'm just playing to get me through this stage. Especially on the higher difficulties, it does get a little bit crazy. Alright, let's go ahead and go with the bioweapon and show this one off. So it'll just do this blanketed bioweapon. So that's really fun if you're running a bioweapon or a biochemical run. Alright, we're good on health. Let's see. I'm going to go with the weapon attack speed. Yeah, it just kind of covers everybody in that area, so they get that toxify trait, or that debuff. Alright, so I'm going to go with some movement speed. I like to pick the team moves. It just spreads all around everybody. But if you're going for something very specific, it does help to get the individuals. Say if you want a wider, area of effect for something, then that tends to work out. So let's see. Fury Unleash, Heroism. It's always active. We get plus 20% weapon damage, attack speed. So we can do this one or the other one, which is going to share those perks amongst everybody. But I'm going to go ahead and just stick it on him. Alright, let's see. Let's finish off something or another. And we'll go with the assault. Oh, we got a lot of experience. Here we go. Experiment 21. We got 4 minutes left in this run. Oh, let's go back and we'll get that. Alright, here we go. So this one's going to add ice to it, which... Ice and explosion, which I don't really want to do. But we're going to go with the assault rifle. Try and get into its next stage before the stage ends. See, there's just tons and tons of these guys. Ragdoll physics. Done about his whole million explosive damage. But there's nobody around for that to really work on half the time. I still haven't even upgraded her handgun all the way. Not really utilizing her for her attack prowess, but more so for her support. Nice. Alright, there we go. That actually gave us a little help there. Moving on in, 17 minutes. And we'll go ahead and put a point into the helicopter. We'll head down and we'll get this cache. See if there's something we can't live without. Alright, we got one more slot. Alright, so that we got either something with health. Alright, we can lock an ability, and it gives us an option to possibly get a higher tier later on. I don't want to do that one because I want to have the explosion points in there. So we'll go ahead and go with the cache modifier. Not that we really need it at this point, but we can get rid of it as we see fit. Alright, carving our way through. We'll head on over here with this. Got a little bit of super speed. We're just going to continue to make that same circle. Alright, so she does have... We do have 7 points, so I'll go ahead and go with the chemical and explosion or the ice and explosion. I'll go with the chemical, since we're kind of leading into that as well. Nope. Yeah, they didn't stand a chance. They're just done. Big guy here's gonna jump on us. Just kind of circle around him. I don't like those eggs. They tend to... I don't see them. I'm kind of blind to them half the time, so I just run into them. Alright, let's go ahead and go with a little extra pickup. Guy's not even going to get off the ground. Alright, got about a minute, just about a minute left. I'll do grenade. Unfortunately, I didn't get to show off as much as I wanted to. I don't think I'm going to finish off some of these. But let's see, we can get this free upgrade here. Alright, so we have the helicopter strike gunner. So there's going to have a gunner on there now who's going to shoot individually as well. But we're going to go and finish up the grenade. So I'm not completely sure if we're going to see the helicopter within this last minute. Probably will, but really to notice anything might not be worth it at this point. Oh, we also have a chemical. Alright, so we have some shrapnel as well. We'll throw out some shrapnel since we've got a few points of bleeding. Alright, let's go get this crate. And let's see. Not worth it at this point. 2 chemical, not worth it. I mean, really, there's nothing we need, so we can read them out, but there's really no point. It's not going to affect us at this point. Yeah, my cogwheels just tend to be putting in work. I mean, I haven't really gotten close to anybody in a minute. Oh, spin to win. Let's do a chemical, might as well. Alright, and that was last stage within the base game. Now, I think the developers are still putting out, still working on this. I think it still might be in some sort of early access. Again, that was Dead Terminals. So we made our way through. We have completed all 4 levels. And we've kind of showcased off a lot of the abilities, a lot of the moves. Now, if there's anything else you want to see in this game, just let me know. If not, then we can kind of move on, see what else we have to play. But if you want to see me showcase maybe the mechanic, or say maybe see more of the Huntress, we can do that. But anywho, let's just check that out. There you go, just leveling up. I'll head back to the main menu. Well, I appreciate you spending your time with me this afternoon. Again, my name is Rick. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.